Well, Ben, welcome to Kicking Tables. It is a pleasure to meet you. And Dustin, welcome back to Kicking Tables. It's your second time here, publishing yet another game. Let's talk about Mechanical Beast. Ben, tell us about your game. What's it all about?
Well, basically, it's a tile laying game. You are diving into the bowels of a big giant robot that has run out of control, and you're trying to basically shut it down and escape as fast as you can.
And how do you play the game? What's the actual gameplay look like?
The gameplay is, as I said, it's tile laying, and as you play the first part of the game, the maze is kind of growing out, and there are some parts of the maze that get closed as you advance.
Okay.
So to get out, you need to find a different path that the one that you came in.
Okay.
And to do that, you are manipulating the tiles with some gears that you find in the way. And once you shut it down, the rooms start collapsing behind you. So basically, that's your timer. You're running out of space. You need to find the exit and get out.
So every round, tiles are removed after you shut it down. Is that what's happening?
Yes, yes. Every time you move, the tile from where you started is out of the game, and the rest of the tiles collapse into
Oh,
that
wow.
space.
Is it
Okay.
possible to actually get trapped, or is there always a way to
It
get out?
is uh, no, it is possible to get trapped. As you After you shut the beast down, you have certain amount of tiles that you can go through, and then the robot locks down, so
Okay.
you cannot go farther. And especially the harder version or the harder variant of the game, more of the doors are closed, so it's easy to get trapped.
To
Oh,
get
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So I'm always curious with games sort of with a very unique theme. Where did you come up with the idea of this? Is there something you drew inspiration from, or is this just like just something that just popped into your head and it's like this would make a game?
Actually, it was the mechanic that
Yeah.
inspired the theme in this case.
Okay.
I thought of the gears and the movement of the rooms, the manipulation, and I was kind of playing, and it felt dry. It felt like an abstract,
Hmm.
just puzzle. Uh, but when the theme occurred to me that you're exploring inside a robot, then the second part of the game came to be when
Okay.
it's collapsing, and it's actually the thing that turned it into an actual game.
Right. Right. Now I understand there's solo and co-op. There's also competitive. What is the difference
Yes.
between those two modes?
Well, solo and co-op are pretty much the same. You're trying to find as many people as you can and get out of the thing, and everybody has to be out, obviously, for you to win.
Okay.
Okay.
In competitive, you start without an exit, and after you find the control room, the previous player chooses where to put the exit
Okay.
in the entire thing, and you're actually playing with two meeples, two engineers, and both have to get out of the base.
Have to go.
So uh, it's kind of a race to that place where the new exit is.
So the
Yeah,
yeah.
there's some pretty cool. My favorite part about the competitive, and I play it with my boys, and they love it, is that there's definitely like a push your luck aspect because you're trying to score based on how many people you rescue. But then it's the decision of, okay, well, I've rescued 3 guys. Should I get out now before the thing completely collapses, or do I try to get that one more guy to be able to kind of catch the lead or whatever? And so there's a little bit of tension there, and then there's also some interesting ways to mess around with the other opponents by using the gears in just the right way to like block them off until they're stuck in the no man's land with no way back. It
Right.
definitely gets
All right. Well, so speaking of that no man's land, what is the success rate in your playtests? Like, how often do people actually, I guess, complete the game and succeed in escaping?
In the normal mode, it's common, not easy.
Okay.
So you need to think about how you're gonna escape. If you just start moving around, you're gonna get locked. But it has it's more of a puzzle in that sense,
Okay.
that most of the time it has a solution.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like
And the hard mode, you're just going to flip the table and walk away. That's usually what's going to happen.
I
Pretty
noticed,
much.
yeah, I noticed like when I played a lot in normal mode, and you start to recognize some of the patterns and kind of see some of the moves, and it gets to where it's like, okay, how efficiently can I get out? And then when you start climbing the difficulties, you're like, you start running out of like, wait, I can't do anything clever here. I gotta figure out a new plan. So it's good. It definitely scales really well as you get better at the game.
Well, I think what's
Right.
really unique about the tile laying and the fact that you're creating a maze, what you have here, Ben, is the gears and how they can actually change the board. Can you explain the different types of gears rooms there are and how they work?
Sure. There are four types of gears. How to explain it without visuals? One is a corner tier gear, and basically that rotates all 4 tiles around it.
Okay.
Another one is on a wall, on an edge of the tile, and what that does is moving the next row
Okay.
around.
The row that it's against.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There's another gear that it's at the center of the tile, and when you rotate that tile, all 4 tiles
Orthogonally,
move in the opposite way, like a regular gear. Uh,
Okay. So the room itself turns, say, clockwise, and then the 4 north, south, east, west move counterclockwise.
exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's cool. Well, that's really strategic too, because again, like in co-op or in even competitive, you use that feature to stop someone, even to actually
Yeah.
turn it so that now they're blocked.
Yeah, and
That's really
there are
powerful.
no doors. Not all the walls have doors, obviously.
Right.
So you can turn a room in a way that where there was a path, there's no longer a path.
Wow. That's sneaky.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I don't know if we mentioned yet is that at least in co-op and solo mode, you have your trusty Android friend to help. And so
Oh,
Yeah.
you can get in situations where maybe like a door closes behind you and you don't really have a good way out. Well, you have the Android who can then help you kind of come behind you, open up new rooms,
okay.
activate gears to help kind of save you. And part of the win condition is you can get both out, but if you have to, you might have to abandon the Android and just take a moral victory.
That's cool. Now, I always love to know how the game looked like when you started versus now. Is it a very different game from when you first started developing it versus what it is now? How much did it change throughout its life cycle?
Mechanically, it's similar. Obviously, there's some balance in how many paths you have and how many gears, etc. It's very similar. There's a 4th type of gear that I didn't
Mhm.
mention. That was added
Okay.
later, and it's a linear gear. Basically, you can move that room in a single direction.
Oh, just the one room itself.
Just that one room.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Uh, So that was a little later, but mechanically it's really similar as the way it started. Visually, I have a picture somewhere. It's it's really different.
Cocktail napkin drawing for the first edition.
Yeah, lines in PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So with this, if are you continually developing? Are we going to possibly see some expansions down the road?
We're thinking about it. There are some ideas being thrown around. Uh, we still don't have anything concrete, but yeah, there
Yeah,
are a couple of things we want to do with it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's your baby. You never want to stop thinking about ways to improve it.
Exactly.
we're trying to figure out also ways so that when we do the production for this base game, that we at least kind of keep in the back of our minds potential expansions. And so we have a couple ideas of how to make it, as we do some expansion content, make it seamless and make it so that if we do an expansion, it'll keep the cost down for an expansion for people who previously
Sure.
got it. To be able
Of
to kind of
course.
throw in a little bit of new content and kind of help add new stuff to the game that they already like. So
Can you talk about any of the stretch goals you're planning for the campaign?
so mostly just kind of improve component quality. That's kind of our MO for the stuff we do. We don't,
Yeah.
try to, strap on gameplay stuff
Sure.
at the very end, every level
Those
time.
are the best. Honestly, I love those kind where it's just if we reach a certain level, we can expand the
You get a
quality.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
get a
Yeah,
better final build.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate those kind of stretch goals.
All right, so gentlemen, we have our lightning round. Where we basically go through a few questions with you guys, just top answers off the top of your head, for your just to get to know you guys a little bit better for your board game, personas here. You guys ready for this?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. We'll have Ben answer first, then Dustin for each of these. All right.
Okay.
All right. Deck builder or deck construction?
Builder. Definitely.
I think construction for me.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Favorite game mechanic?
Hard to say, but probably worker placement.
Oh wow. Okay.
Uh, Bluffing and bidding. Those
Nice.
are, yeah.
I'm a fan of bluffing, or lying, as my wife calls it. Whatever.
Yeah. It's a nice way to put it.
All right. Worker placement or area control?
Worker placement.
Yeah, worker placement.
All right. Marvel or DC?
Probably Marvel, except for Batman.
Fair.
I think I have the exact same answer. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. The last game you played?
I just got I don't know how to pronounce it. Xia, XIA,
Oh.
the
Oh.
Legends of Drifting
Okay.
Drift
Yes.
system.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think it was Azul with my boys. Although
Oh,
I've been
nice.
playtesting some of the games on in our 54 card contest this last couple weeks. So
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right. Legacy games. Destroy the components or preserve them?
Preserve them. I keep even the punch out pieces that are blank. So
Ah.
yeah, I usually just throw it all in like an extra baggie and then save it for later.
All right.
I'm sort of half in between. I'd like to destroy some, but then others like I don't want to get rid of this. Put it under the tray.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like to be able to, if needed at some point, maybe reset it.
Right.
yeah,
All right. Game you most want to add to your collection?
that's a hard one. I don't have a want list. When I go shopping, I pretty much
You peruse.
just browse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I'm the same way. I don't have anything specific. I just like I want a new game. I go and I look. And what do I want to get?
I still haven't gotten Twilight Imperium 4. I don't think I ever play it, but I think I just want to get it just to get it.
That's what we do, right? That's what we do. We
Yeah.
buy games and then they just. I love to have in the game, but I've never played it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do have one. I'm looking for Tricerion, but
Ooh.
the solo expansion is out of print, so I'm kind of waiting for it to show up.
Yeah. Eventually, they'll do a reprint on that.
Yeah.
All right. Last question: purchasing games, local game store or online?
All of them.
All of them.
What's your
Wherever
preference?
I can find it.
All right.
I have Miniature Market as a local store, so
Okay.
Oh,
it's pretty convenient and great prices and great service.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of Amazon because my credit card gives me points with Amazon, so
ah,
I'm kind of half and half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I don't know why, but I'm very much online, and I'm the weirdest. Like when it comes to like games, like say it's like a $25 game. If I see it for like $23, I'm like,
Yeah.
I could probably wait till it's like 21 and then buy it. And I don't know why, because I'm like, I'll go buy a cup of coffee or something like that and just burn $5, but I won't spend more than like an extra dollar.
Oh, Meg, I hear you. I did the same thing with a book the other day. It's like it was $24 here, but it was 22 over here. I'm like, well, this would be more convenient, but now I'll get $22. That's an even better
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, it's great to get to know you outside of your own game, and it's been great talking about Mechanical Beast coming out to Kickstarter on May 31st. But before we let you go, Ben, why don't you give us the elevator pitch for Mechanical Beast? Why should people back this game?
Well, it's definitely a fun little game. If you like puzzles, if you like trying to figure out your way within a maze, definitely you're gonna like this game, and it's been fun to develop it to build into it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure speaking to you. Dustin, it was good to see you again. Thanks for coming back. And Ben, thanks for joining us for Mechanical Beast. Good luck with the campaign. We'll be following it. And I wish you all the best. And thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thanks again. Be sure to check out the Kickstarter. Go to sideroomgames.com or check us out on Facebook at Sideroom Games or Twitter or Instagram as well. And be sure to hit the subscribe button below. This channel is awesome and you need to be on it.